4th of July in Yorktown is one of the biggest events of the year, which means there's a lot of people and a lot of activity to get Yorktown ready for the big day.
It's really a year-long planning event. We start after the event is over and kind of do a recap of things that went well, things that we need to improve on.
It all starts with the York County Department of Public Works, getting Yorktown prepped and ready for the day.
With the Department of Public Works, they do a lion's share of the work in the setup prior to the event, with all the barrels, barricades, trash cans, everything, light towers that need signs that need to be set up. And the day of the event, they have a host of duties. Usually before dawn, they're out raking the beach, making sure the beach is clean. And then they set up barricades for the town to shut the different roads down. And then they're also on call for anything that might break down during the day. We have the biggest crowd in that day. So as you can imagine, that'll put a strain on restrooms and just trash and things. So they're on call here if something goes wrong to help us get that ready and back in service.
The main attraction, of course, is the fireworks display.
We contract with a company that's out of Petersburg, Dominion Fireworks, that does a great job for the show. We shoot them from a barge, which out in the York River, and it's an 18-minute show. We also partner with the Naval Weapons Station that allows us to use the piers for the loading of the fireworks, which makes it a lot easier to prepare for that. A lot of moving parts, a lot of coordination that goes into the event.
Of course, being able to accommodate the large crowds for July 4th fireworks only happens through our partnership with the National Park Service.
We couldn't do this event without the National Park Service. Without the use of the battlefield for parking, we really couldn't do the event. We put about 1,900 cars in the battlefield for parking, which allows us to have the event. We do monitor that closely. We cannot damage the battlefield, and part of our permit to use that is we coordinate with them as far as the use of that area. If we have inclement weather prior to the event or during the event, we coordinate with the Park Service, but they have the final decision on whether or not we can use the battlefield. We try to make that decision as early as possible, and we usually make that decision by 1 o'clock. But the final decision is the Park Service because it is their property.
But that's not all that happens. There's a whole staff devoted to the day-long festivities, which includes a fun run, parade, entertainment, and the traditional bell-ringing ceremony. With so much happening all day long, it's important to ensure everything runs smoothly.
The Event Command Center is a really good operation. We have Fire and Life Safety, we have Central Dispatch, Emergency Communications, Sheriff's Office, National Park Service, we have Parks and Recreation staff, all sitting around the table. When somebody gets a call, they can look across the table, and it allows us to communicate throughout the day. We open it up at 7 o'clock in the morning. We also have access to video feeds throughout the county. One thing that's been really helpful the last few years is between Fire and Life Safety, York Coast and Sheriff's Office, is the drone team. We can monitor the crowd size, crowd control. It's really been a great asset the last couple of years.
For more information on the events of the day, visit Yorktown.org has important details on parking, maps, street closures, and more.